With that, hi, I'm Jason Russell from Critical Dice, and welcome to the Fable 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and of course, chaos. You're watching the Duke City Chronicles, a Monster of the Week stream set here in my hometown of Albuquerque, New Mexico, because this town will be buck wild. You can watch us live on Fable 42's Twitch channel on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, or if you're feeling especially spicy, 4 p.m. Mountain. Go ahead and enter our giveaway in the chat, !critical, and we'll award that at the end of the stream. Be around and chatting and stuff, so make sure you get in there for a free set of dice from Critical Dice. Hey, that's me. With that, as people just start mugging to the camera with their dice. Let's go ahead and start with character player introductions. Let's start with Stax.
Oh, hey, I'm not playing with dice at all. I am Stax, and today I am, well, not just today, I'm skipping. I am the Judgy DM, and you can find me anywhere on social media under that. And today I am playing Gates, the monstrous playbook, and he's starting to learn what his role is with all this chaos.
It's a good role.
Keep
Bridget.
people from dying.
Hi, I'm Bridget. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at string_theories_. And I play Suki Buchanan. She's the spooky playbook. And she is a 70-year-old art professor at the University of New Mexico. And she talks to the dead and shoots bad crockpots.
Do not take her to Bed Bath & Beyond.
No,
Anne.
it's terrible.
Just definitely don't. Hello, I'm Anne. You can find me on Instagram at Dusty Wings Illustration. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitch at MZDusty. And I'm playing Fiona, the Spell Singer playbook. And she is Spell Slinger. Did I say Spell Singer?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm fine with either one, actually. Yeah.
I mean, she can do that too. But yeah, she's a little demon lady, and she's really sweet. But yeah, and she's playing Fruit Ninja right now.
Facts.
Learning.
And GW.
Wingapo. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm GW. You can find me on IG and Twitter under GW005, 2B's, 2 zeros. You can also find me on Clarion Dawn, which is a sci-fi audio drama I did.
In space.
You can find that on clariondon.com or any other favorite podcast platforms. I am Quavon Whispers, aka Q, the Divine Playbook and the team's angsty, edgy angel boy.
I like the embodiment. I am Quavon Whispers.
Getting in the mode.
Well, with that, I am Jason Russell. You can find me on Instagram and for some reason TikTok. And with that, let's get into our game as we continue our hunt, our super hunt, the Memorial.
It's an amazing place. Most people have no idea where it is, but we're okay with that. We've got mountains, rivers, deserts, and over 300 days of sunshine, and some of the most diverse and wonderful people you'll ever meet. It's a great place to live, and I definitely encourage you to try it. But we also have our dark side. Our own ghosts, secrets, and legends. Most of them are true. For thousands of years, people have been living here and dying here. This is Albuquerque, but it goes by many names. The 505, the Burkay, my favorite is the Duke City. These are the Duke City Chronicles.
Fiona failed a use magic roll. Now she's a potato. I did promise chaos at the top of the stream.
Potato demon.
Potato demon.
Potato
demon. Okay, we got to workshop that. 1 second. Let me write something down.
haven't
So
decided what to
previously,
attack
the
the tram.
team was able to defeat the monster from beyond inside the stone house up on the peak by destroying it and then allowing the rift to close after Suki shot and disabled the evil crockpot. TM.
Go Team C4.
Yeah. And they are heading back now to the tram proper as things are calming down. and the crowd seems to be a bit more placated, as there's no like more smoke or explosions or anything like that, and are telling themselves whatever it is they need to tell them so they can sleep at night. At the end of the last hunt, Suki realized that she actually had 2 tarot cards after her vision from the Sisters Weird of the High Priestess, and which seems to be resolved now as they go on to the original reason they came up to the crest in the first place, that something is going to cause the cable car to fail and send a whole car full of people to their deaths. So team, you're headed back. It's been about an hour or so since the battle as you guys walk around, take that hike to the other side of the crest there, up to where the kind of flights take off for the tram as well as the restaurant 10-3. What is the plan now, hunters?
All right, y'all, look. So Eddie definitely needs to see us get on that tram and go down this mountain like a normal human group. Okay, we have to take the tram. He has to see us go down like regular people.
Because we're totally regular people.
Well, you know.
Regular enough.
Oh, I have a phone.
Regular adjacent.
Regular adjacent. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we have defeated one thing, but I'm not sure this was our regularly scheduled programming. Were you able to find anything out in your sort of general interviewing for all the people? Is there weird stuff happening on the tram and whatnot?
So I forget what I already told you, but just to kind of go into it. So Christopher, the guy who he's normally like this really kind of macho, cool, not afraid of anything kind of guy, but everyone said that he was terrified when he was getting on the tram that one night when it happened, and he told me that he saw something on the line. It was flying. He said it was a glowing flying thing, and I said was it like a big bird? He was like, it was definitely not a bird. It was glowing. It was flying. That was the thing that was on the thing.
Huh.
So that's what we got, and then that's when all hell broke loose, and the reality started to get crazy where you guys were, and so I had to run to you.
Right. Okay. Well, I think maybe we should follow up. Well, I mean, I guess it would get a little suspicious if we were like, "Hey, here are my friends. Tell them what you told me."
Yeah,
but he said it came out of the canyon, right?
Yeah. Keeper, what was the name of the canyon? It was like letters or something.
It was. He said TWA Canyon.
TWA Canyon.
TWA Canyon.
What do we know of TWA Canyon?
I don't think Fiona definitely wouldn't know. I doubt Gates does. Q, I don't think you do either. Maybe Suki, because she was alive when it happened. Suki, how much luck do you have?
Oh no!
Oh boy. Well, I only used one because I remember the last time I leveled up, or one of the times I leveled up, I got one of them back.
Oh, great. Okay, so give me a 2d6 roll and then add half your luck. So that's what, 3, right? So 2d6 plus 3.
2d6 plus 3.
I'm glad he didn't ask me that, because y'all know I hardly have any luck left.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 2 and a 1.
Can I help? I can't help you.
So a 2 and a 1 is a 3 plus 3. Okay, that's not a move, so I'm not gonna have you mark experience.
Yeah.
But the only thing you know is that TWA used to be an airline. You recognize those letters.
Okay. Well, since TWA was an airline, it wasn't no bird that flew out of the canyon, but it was glowing. Are we thinking ghost plane?
You're kidding.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know what? Maybe one of my first hunts with you, it was like it was a what was it, a dead intersection or something.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, a
why
haunted
not?
intersection. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. We did just fight tendrils like apropos of nothing. I mean, I just because I ain't ever heard of a ghost plane doesn't mean that they don't exist. Um, well, while we get back down and get a little closer to the edge, and I'll sort of like beam out some spookies, and we'll see
Mhm.
if there's something.
All right,
Uh,
and while that's happening, I would just be walking next to gates and being like, ghost planes. What do we think about ghost planes? What do you think about that?
Um, yeah. Mm, like the plane's a ghost?
well,
Theory.
I mean, either that or like there's some sort of maybe the passive. Like again, I am assuming a plane crash, but maybe if there was like a passenger, like all these passengers, there's like what 100 souls on board any plane at any time. So maybe it's like a mass haunting experience.
Well,
So
that's where houses come from, right? Like haunted houses. I figure it houses so much life that if an event were to occur, then I wouldn't be surprised if the plane was haunted. I've seen it happen all the time.
But usually, like, the haunted house is, like, still there.
True.
maybe depending on how this thing goes, maybe take a trip to the canyon to see if we can scan it for anything.
Do a little investigating. We could ask around at the lodge and see if anybody remembers anything like
Mhm.
big happening in the canyon right in front of it. Um, in my vision of like the tram accident,
Mm-hmm.
um, I can't remember. I was like POV inside the thing, but it just started like it felt like something hit it, right? Or
When you were inside during the vision, you could hear screaming and you felt like something buckle and you look up and that's when you realize that you're in the tram car with
oh,
its kind of arm attached to the wire, more
and it lets
screaming,
go.
and then it lets go somehow, whether the cable snaps or the arm lets go, and free fall.
Well, now that I think about it, and I talked to my cerebellum, uh, maybe it's not a ghost plane at all. Maybe it's sort of a Bermuda Triangle type of thing. So if there was a plane crash in this stretch of thing, and in my vision, it was almost like something jinxed it and like broke the car. So maybe it's the canyon itself, or maybe there's something down there in the canyon causing it to happen.
I'm not gonna pretend like I understood that, but
Sorry, I
we'll
don't
see
really do it either.
we'll see what happens, I guess. Fiona, didn't you say something about like, but besides you kind of having your own knowledge of supernatural occurrences and monsters and creatures or whatever, didn't you also say something about you have some kind of magical stuff that lets you, I don't know, see what happened around an area or something? What did you call it? Something about forensic something something.
Yeah, I can. My divination.
Can we try that along with Suki's thing?
We can. It'd probably help if I get closer to the area.
Actually, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're gonna say something?
Oh, yeah, but finish your thought.
I just was gonna say, me and Suki, we haven't done this in a while, but we are able. I think we can still do it. I don't know, but we are able to. We have been able in the past to combine our supernatural gifts to kind of amplify others. maybe that's an idea that we can also try, depending on how you feel about Asuki. But
Sure.
that's another idea. What were you gonna say, Gates?
Oh, yeah. So not only do we have to worry about fighting, actual creatures and things, inanimate objects can attack or cause stuff to happen.
Oh yeah, a ghost car hit me and my partner a while ago.
Oh yeah.
And a giant boulder came to life as a golem and attacked you as well.
Yeah, that too.
And our little robot friend.
Is he a friend though?
I
We
think he's
don't
a
know.
friend. He seems to really be enjoying MASH.
Well, yeah, but yeah. So a plane is not too far out of the realm of what we've already kind of seen. It's the biggest, I think. But
I was almost beaten to death by just a group of palm trees in the Florida Keys. Yeah, I was on vacation, and that was the whole time.
So yeah, inanimate objects that can be a thing. Oh, and Suki, you remember that one time where literally all the electronics in some place were like trying to kill us and mow us over and stuff?
Yeah. I got attacked by the flippy razor phones.
Yeah.
Trust nothing.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
this happened actually. Yeah, this is
All
both
of this
Stacks
really
and
true.
Gates. Yeah, all of this happened.
But don't panic though. But it's but it's fine. It's like it's easier than you think, and you're really catching on pretty quick. So don't even worry about it.
Yeah. No. No.
Q, while you guys were kind of walking around having this conversation near the area where the flights take off for the tram, you feel someone kind of like walk up next to you as you're walking, like just kind of like sidles up and keeps pace with you. And it's Eddie, and he's got like a duffel bag on his shoulder, and he's like, "All right, hit me straight. What's going on?"
Are you off work? Are you done?
Q,
Are you?
I am not going to be a victim anymore. What is going on? I'm not doing it anymore.
You're not.
I'm fed up with it.
I never
Like,
thought you.
I don't want nightmares anymore. I don't want to feel afraid. I'm not going to be a potato that just lays on the ground and waits for things to happen to me.
Okay. I just want you to know, Eddie, that it is a lot, and it can get kind of weird, as you kind of saw.
Yeah, I'm kind of gathering that.
What is everyone saying that was, by the way?
Oh, I think someone said it was like someone had set a fire in the stone house, but it's been put out now. There's no more that's black smoke or stuff, whatever. Is that what happened? That's not what happened, is it?
I look over at Suki to kind of like.
I mean, well,
like I'm asking for permission without saying it. Like, should we?
a fire was definitely put out. In that an emergency was averted. Look, Eddie. In order for us to explain to you and for us to do what you're asking us to do, it is life-changing. It is eye-opening, like spine-tinglingly, brain-breakingly awful. And I know I've been in, we haven't had very positive experiences with your brain in the past, but, and above all else, if we tell you these things, they have to be absolutely secret. And
Suki, I'm sorry. I got nothing but respect for you, but and his countenance with you is a little bit different. Like with Q, he was like steeling himself, like let's go, jump in the car, loser kind of vibes. And with you, he's just like, there's that authority figure because you were one of his teachers at one point, where he's like, listen, I'm not asking to like, join the cult or anything. If there's something going down, I'm not going to just wait for something bad to happen to me. That's all. And I'm pretty sure stuff has broken my brain before. I'm pretty sure my life has been changed. And again, I'm not looking for membership. If stuff's happening, I'm not going to sit idly by anymore. I'm done with other people taking charge of my life. I'm going to take charge of it.
All right.
Well, I like that attitude, Eddie. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, and we ain't a cult. Don't go spreading that around.
No. We're definitely not a cult.
I don't know what to call it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't.
It's okay. Well, look, there was something, let's say, more than extraterrestrial happening up there. But here, I'm a bit psychic, and I saw an accident that's gonna happen. And we're trying really, really hard to figure out what is going to cause that accident before the accident happens. You're welcome to help us. You might have some insight that we might not know.
Okay. So you like read somebody's palm or something, and that's why you're up here, because something's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very bad.
All right. So yeah. I mean, I've worked here for a little bit. Yeah. Let me help. What's supposed to happen?
Okay. So what I saw was one of the cars on the tram is going to have a malfunction of some sort and fall off. Chris, your very daring friend.
That guy?
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't like do it or anything, but like.
Okay. I mean, he's a lot of things, but I don't think he'd kill people.
No, but he is a witness to something weird. He said that he saw when he was riding up on top that he saw something in the canyon. It was glowing, it was flying, and it ain't no bird.
Which canyon? And you know what he means, because if you kind of look at Fiona's background image there, the mountain looks kind of flat, but there's excessive, ever escalating canyons as you go, and so there's probably like 4 or 5 that you see as you kind of ascend to the top of the crest.
Well, I'm not rightly sure, but Chris said that he saw his weird thing above TWA.
Where the plane crash was?
I knew it was a plane crash, and that one wasn't a psychic thing. That was just inference on my part. Sorry. I get proud when the universe doesn't tell me answers.
Is that important? I mean, they talk about it on the tour. Did you guys not hear it on the way up?
We were sort of preoccupied on the way up.
But okay.
But there was a plane crash.
Yeah. What does Sarah say? It was a flight in the mid 50s, 55. It crashed into the mountain and killed all of the passengers and all the crew, like instantly. And they're not even sure what happened. Like it was an instrument malfunction or something. It wasn't like, suicide or anything like that. They're pretty sure it was an instrument malfunction, and it just slammed into the side of the mountain. And the wreckage is still down there. Like you can kind of see it. They sometimes will point it out if people seem interested. I don't think they found most of the remains. I mean, there's wild animals and stuff, and it was pretty intense.
Maybe we actually should have rode up here. Hey, Eddie, do they say this stuff on the way down too?
Yeah. Sometimes I guess. If you ask them, they'll just tell you. But that's basically the gist of it, I think. Again, I'm not one of the people who gives the talk. They're not stewardesses or stewards. I forget what it is on the flight, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
Do you believe in like like the supernatural, right? Like the paranormal stuff.
He kind of looks at you hard in the eyes. He's like, increasingly.
Okay. Well, I don't. Maybe we don't really need to beat around the bush like we used to with you anymore. Eddie, we're monster hunters.
Like the video game?
Less medieval dinosaur stuff and more today's time alien ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, hey, what does that mean, Q? Like,
I'll tell you, but you gotta promise that you're not gonna like get all weird or paranoid or.
it's already a freaking weird day, man.
All right, come here. I'm gonna like kind of bring him in, like kind of like put my
Poor
arm
Gates.
around his face and just bring him closer. All right.
Gaze said, I didn't get this talk.
You know the smoke that everyone was saying that they saw.
Huh?
It wasn't smoke. That was a interdimensional rift, and something was trying to get through. I know.
Okay.
I know. We closed it. It's done. We closed it. You remember that thing that you saw me fighting back in high school?
Yeah, you had like a lightsaber or something?
How many people are around us right now?
Not very many.
Oh my God, show him.
The little like light dagger. Okay.
Wait, Fiona, what?
I said, oh my God, show him.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes.
I'm gonna bring him.
This is Jason now. Yes, please.
I'm gonna bring him a little bit closer, and I'm gonna kind of bring Gates in because I kind of want Gates to try to. I want his body to try to kind of block any eyes or anything. So I'm gonna bring Gates a little closer,
Incorporeal guy.
and then I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna make a little dagger of light.
Oh, that's way better than a lightsaber.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
You guys were like, okay, like the monster hunting thing, like it makes kind of sense, right? But like, I just thought you were like hobbyists, or like you have magic powers.
Well, no, I guess all of us do. Yeah.
I guess
Wait.
technically.
And he
Yeah.
points at Fiona. It's like, what? You're gonna tell me she's an alien? He won't look at Gates like, what? He's like a demon or something? What?
Oh, so close. It was so
Yeah.
close. It's
Wait,
actually
what?
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were good guesses. Well, Gates is half alien, sort of alien. What's the term that you prefer, Gates?
Alien adjacent.
Alien
I
adjacent.
rent to a alien that just inhabits my body, maybe.
Your red space for the alien.
Alien subletting. Okay.
So, alien.
What?
Which demon?
Demons are real?
Oh yeah. Well, so are angels. That's what Q's whole thing is.
Yeah.
Wait. You guys know that angels and demons are real? Doesn't that
Yes.
also imply an afterlife? You guys just cracked the question of like life after death, and you use it to hunt monsters.
Well, Suki mostly does. I mean, she deals kind
There
of more
are
or less.
way
with-
more intriguing questions in life. Just saying.
Truly,
Yeah.
honestly, because that's the thing. It's like because we don't know if there's actually an afterlife because all of us are currently alive right now. It just implies that there are angels and demons. Who knows?
Well,
if
Suki,
we're going anywhere?
You know that that's afterlife because you're always asking ghosts to move on, and you help them move on. So you kind of know.
Oh,
You
yeah.
haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's just sort of like reconstituting the stardust that one, is made out of as a human being. You just sort of
Mhm.
move on to your next stage of whatever. It's probably
So-
not afterlife. You're dead because
Yeah.
it's ghosts doing it.
Hold on.
Eddie, science
Is
and
something
magic is kind of the
trying
same
to
thing.
kill us today on this mountain?
Oh,
I
baby.
appreciate all of this, and I'm going to journal for the next 2 weeks nonstop now. But is something trying to kill us today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always, all the time.
And
day.
every day, honestly.
I'm reassured by your straightforwardness, but also at the same time, that's kind of freaky that you just say it so casually. What's
Well,
trying to kill us?
We don't
know.
know.
We
So
That is not the answer I was hoping for.
do you want us to give you what we roughly think it might be?
We got
It
Sure.
theories.
I will consult my decades of experience in not knowing what the crap is going on.
Okay, all right, all right.
Okay,
Relax,
okay.
relax, relax.
Yeah, just
Relax.
smile at a passing tourist like,
Relax.
eh.
So maybe a ghost plane. It could be some kind of extra dimensional flying creature. It could be a radioactive creature.
It could be
Or-
something in the canyon causing mechanical malfunctions. You know how how the Mothman like warned people about that bridge going out in West Virginia?
Is he real?
I haven't met him personally, but
Probably
I mean,
is. Probably.
probably.
Okay. Wait. But then why now? Like, okay, let's say you're right, Misuki. Like, if there's something in the canyon causing that to happen, oh, like what happened 2 nights ago, right? That's what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, like there
Yeah.
might have been like that small mechanical blip, and then the second one, it's really gearing up for.
Well, that thing's been down there since the mid 50s. So why now? That's like what, 70 years or something?
I mean, it could be it was like a fairly big plane that crashed, right?
I mean, there was, I want to say it was one of those like Cessnas, like the smallish one, like not like a jumbo liner, like it was a smallish one.
Right. So maybe like what, like 10, 15 people?
Yeah, that seems right. Sarah would
knows?
know. She knows all this stuff.
Oh, great. We're gonna have to talk to Sarah. But I mean, maybe the creature, like, I don't know, eats souls or eats bad energy, and it's running out of it now, so it needs to cause another accident so that it can get fed again. It could be anything.
Mhm.
But I think the main thing we should do is maybe put the tram out of order for now, just so nobody gets on it. Because in my vision, it was like sort of early evening, and it's getting towards that time.
Yeah, you think it's maybe an hour or so until that time?
We got an hour, folks.
So yeah. Oh, and also sidebar, Eddie. You know the that pawn shop.
Don't blow up his
Yeah,
spot.
Sonny's.
Yeah, you should probably
Yeah,
stay
by
away
school.
You should probably stay away from there. You probably shouldn't go there if you ever have.
I had no plans, and now I never will.
Great.
Cool.
Just trying to save your soul. But yeah, great. All right. Well, cool.
You know, Eddie, you really put a lot into perspective for me because you processed a lot of things in a very short period of time that I've had like days to process. So I just want to thank you. And he like gives him a thumbs up and shapeshifts into him.
He passes out.
Oh
And he turns back.
That is
The
so
only thing I can
funny.
think of that makes sense. I'm like, no, he passes out. That's it.
no! I catch him. I hold. Oh, okay, let's go. Oh,
He falls into the game.
Oh no.
Permit me.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, Q, you can add 1 Eddie to your inventory.
Okay.
Yeah, he's passed out, and
That's so
time is drawing nigh. Gates, that was beautiful.
That was so great. That was. So, I kind of feel like there was like a little bit of spite in there too. Like, oh, you're gonna take this so well. How about this? Handle this.
I'll give you something to process, bub.
Gates, do you still look like Eddie?
No, I switched back as soon as I saw him faint.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to say that that's useful or anything, but yeah.
I was gonna say it was like stealth Eddie.
Stealth Eddie. It's like Iron Man with the different armors. It's Stealth Eddie, and
Yeah.
Deep Sea Eddie,
So
Hulkbuster Eddie.
it sounds like we have some wreckage to check out at the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
And you say what? We have an hour more or less, roughly.
An hour-ish. Yeah.
Then maybe we should try to start making our way down there.
You should get moving.
Could you just bamf us?
I don't know if I've been there before. You know, I don't. I can try.
You can't
Technically, Eddie won't see us going down the monorail.
True. Very true.
Hugh, I will say this: you have not been down there, and just based on what we've established, and even if you were on the tram as it crossed over TWO Canyon, the drop is so precipitous that that's not like a place you can see well, as we've discussed before. So you're right, that probably wouldn't work. However, Fiona had an interesting idea a couple episodes ago.
We all looked at Fiona.
And she's like, I did.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember what you did with your cell phone?
Oh yeah, you caught it in the bubble and it like
Oh
floated.
yeah, levitated it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying do this, but I'm saying Fiona would know that one of the things she had in her back pocket was to put the whole tram, or now maybe the whole team, in a bubble and just let it fall.
Yeah,
That would be a fast way to get down there. Just saying. I'm not advocating. I'm just saying.
I mean, I think that's the only way, because it's going to take us more than an hour to get down there otherwise.
Let's do it.
Low key fear of heights, but pretends not.
Is this Fiona or Anne?
Yeah, this is Fiona.
Okay.
Projecting.
Hey team, are we taking Eddie with us?
This is hard.
We probably shouldn't just leave him here like this.
There's a chair over there by the cafe.
Just gotta prop him up.
You could do a weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go have him sit down. Let's go have him sit down. And I'm gonna just help him, his unconscious body, to the chair.
Great.
Well, can Suki just kind of leave a little note that's like, "Be right back. Don't talk to nobody," and just sort of leave it in front of him.
Just put in his hand rolled up with a crisp $20 bill. Just,
Yeah,
there you
just
go.
shush. Yeah.
You did
She's
good,
an old
kid.
lady. It's $2.
It's $2 in a Werther's original.
Don't you spend that all in one place now.
As we're walking back to the cliff edge, I'm just gonna kind of like give Gates a nudge. Did that feel good?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right. I thought so.
It was super cool to see you do it. I've never seen you do that at a drop of a hat. That's really good.
Hey, Suki, one thing before we do this, can you ask Sarah? She's that blonde girl right there. Could you ask her where on the side of the mountain the crash may be?
Yeah, you got it, baby. I'll be right back.
All right, we'll stay here.
Toddle on over.
Yeah. Sarah's there, and she is helping people out of a flight that's just come up, and she has her bright yellow shirt and her clipboard, and she goes, "Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?"
There. I had a quick question for you. I sort of missed it on the tram. I was like blown over by like the views and everything, but I heard there was a plane crash around here.
Oh, you're talking about the TWA crash.
I am indeed.
Yeah, so it was TWA Flight 260, and on February 19th of 1955, at 7:13 a.m., the flight crashed into the Sandian Mountain, killing all 13 passengers and 3 crew members aboard instantly. And most of the wreckage is still down there, since it is inaccessible and very hard to get to.
Oh my! Like, is it right below like the tram, or is it like where is
it? Flies right over it, and actually, if you ask your guide, he will point it out to you. No problem, ma'am. It's not this canyon, but the next one.
My goodness, not this canyon, but the next one. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is just so crazy. I personally, I'm sort of a little bit of a local historian. but also of like a little bit of the like the creepy type. Y'all ain't had any like sort of hauntings or anything, right? That's a major event, you know? Like nothing weird happens, no glowing lights or, you know.
No, I mean, other than that, I guess they're calling it a propane tank that blew up. Campers left at the stone house just not too long ago.
I saw that.
I
Scared
know,
the
right?
life out
So
of
scary.
me.
I loved your bandana, by the way. That's so
Thank
cute.
you so much. Is it tingling? Is it bad? No, I'm just kidding. So she's responsible for the tendrils.
You know better than that. I wouldn't nail that easily. She says, well, no, there's no like myths or legends about that up here. There's a couple of things like in the mountains and things. This is probably one of them. You actually asked Christopher. He should be yeah, he's the guide on the next one going down. He hikes down there sometimes. So I think he's been to the wreckage.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, if you could just point me in his direction, I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah, the next flight goes in about 10 minutes, and he's the guy scheduled for that flight down.
Great. And how would I know him? What does he look like?
Kind of tall, like muscly, kind of curly hair, yellow shirt.
Yellow shirt. Lovely. Awesome. Thank you so much. What's your name, honey?
Sarah.
Oh, so nice to meet you, Sarah. I'm Suki. All right. I'll see you around.
Nice to meet you. Enjoy your flight. Bye.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye. There's never been a crash.
Did y'all get this?
Got it.
Did y'all get all that?
Roger.
Okay. Well, I think we gotta. So it's not this canyon; it's the next. And so, I don't know how we're gonna. Can your bubbles float? I guess. Can it float over a mountain?
I don't know if I'd risk it. I'd have to try it first.
Yeah. Well, how about we gotta talk to Christopher anyway, and they said there's a hiking trail around there. So, I mean, it's gonna take us more than an hour, though. I don't know. I'll talk to Christopher and see if where exactly it is.
Yeah, and I actually I have some abilities to protect, so maybe inside the bubble I can try to protect us from any kind of outside rolling. An idea.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
We get enough momentum, we'll just sort of whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Physics
Now,
have never been my strong suit.
In the interest of fairness, there is another option. If you were to hike back over to the stone house and you have no idea if it's unoccupied right now or if people haven't gone out there to kind of check it out, that would put you closer to the canyon in question. It'd still be a drop, but that would get you over the next hurdle, or the tram would absolutely do it too. Just to let you know, there is another option.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a good one.
So far, none of these have been stellar, but we'll figure it out. It's hard. It's a puzzle.
We're tramming it.
Yeah, we'll just risk it for the biscuit.
Yep.
You see Christopher yet?
Yeah, you see him. He's kind of like hanging out in front of the car that's getting ready to load up here in just a few minutes. Matches the description. Pretty sure it's him. And Q knows who he is too, so he's met him.
Yeah. All right. I'll walk on up to him. Oh, hi. Are you Christopher?
Oh, we're not going to leave next another 5 more minutes, ma'am. I'll make an announcement when it's time.
Oh, perfect. Good to know. I did want to ask you a little question about something else.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I'm a bit of a local historian, and I heard about the TWA flight that crashed around here. Where exactly did it crash? It just into this canyon, or?
Oh yeah, that was super gnarly. So happened a long time ago. It's the next canyon over. We'll pass it. Are you going to be on this flight?
Very possibly.
All right.
I'm not quite sure yet.
Well, if you are, I'll point it out to you. I've been down there before. It's crazy. Like there's like tons of like old airplane pieces down there. Like they never got all the pieces. It's not possible. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I've been down there a couple of times, taking a couple of souvenirs. But I mean, you don't have bodies anymore or anything like that, so it's not like gory. But yeah,
right.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Speaking of gory, I am a little bit of like a sort of paranormal historian. So
or like a Long Island medium kind of thing.
But more bookish and with less hairspray.
Right.
So I was wondering, like, you ain't, since you've been down there, like 13 souls, that's a lot of people. You ain't ever seen anything creepy down there, have you?
Nah, I mean, that was, gosh, like 100 years ago. Like,
I didn't
any
think-
remains that are left down there are like bears, coyotes, cougars. They got all that stuff. So, like, no, I didn't see like a cool, like, skull sitting on top of a like airplane prop or something. No, I mean,
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about like a ghost.
and his face gets a little pale and he hesitates for a second. He's like, no, I just, no. Listen, I'll make an announcement. It's time to go down. I'll point it out for you when you go down. Do you want to press it?
I do want to press it. Suki doesn't give up that easily.
Manipulate someone, please.
Yes.
He synced it.
He done saint it.
He don't see the thing. All right, so that is, and investigate is plus sharp, correct?
No, this is manipulate someone.
Oh, manipulate someone. Sorry.
Plus charm, which I have none. I have negative, actually.
Yeah, plus charm.
Well, that's just an 8.
An 8? Okay. They'll do it, but only if you do something for right now to show them that you mean it. So how are you going to convince them to tell you a little bit more? Because you think there might be a little bit more to tell.
Okay. Well, Christopher, I can tell you right now it didn't happen 100 years ago because I knew somebody on that plane. And I'm looking for them. And I've been looking for them for a long time. And now you don't have to believe me about the paranormal, but I know what I seen. And I know what I heard, and I know what I talked to. I'd really like to know if maybe you'd be able to tell me if you saw anything down there. It'd be a great comfort.
Do you do like exorcisms and stuff? Like you make ghosts go away?
Well, yeah, sometimes. Is there a ghost that needs exorcising?
There was a ghost in the canyon 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. What'd they look like?
She was all glowy and like floating. I thought for sure she was going to make it up to the car, but like we got moving before it did and scared the crap out of me. You think you could like power crash compels you and all that stuff? Like you could make it go away?
Yeah, I think so. It's a little more gentle than the whole sort of flinging holy water around, but yeah,
Okay,
I think I
yeah.
could. I'd really like to be able to see her. You saw when you were flying over. You see?
Yeah. 2 nights ago. I don't think anyone else saw her, but she seemed pissed.
Yeah. Did she do anything in particular? Did she try to like grab you or grab at anything?
No, she didn't get close enough or anything, but like it's like she was like calling to me or something. I don't know, but like you ever feel like called out, like when all eyes in the room are looking at you?
Mm-hmm.
It was like that. I felt seen. But if you can do something, especially like, it's gonna be other people on the flight, but do you think you have to wait till like night and like spooky time, or like can you get rid of her like on the flight?
Maybe. I don't think we have that much time left, but yeah, I think I could either get rid of her on the flight. What does she look like? Did she?
Just yeah. She didn't get too close, which was good, I guess.
Right.
But like,
It was just a lady.
Floated glowing girl ghost. Is that a thing? It was like they're like a encyclopedia or something.
You'd be surprised. There's a reason why there's 85,000 women in white all over the place, you know? But anywho, okay. Well, and this was, so wait, sorry, it was 2 nights ago. When was the mechanical failure?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
During the mechanical failure.
So you saw her during a mechanical failure then?
Yeah. But we got moving before she could get closer to us.
Okay, well that's real good for me to know. I know I don't have any authority here, but you wouldn't be able to delay this tram flight a little bit, right?
Um, oh, because like you want to go like by yourself, like just like you and like candles or something.
Yeah, very possibly. Yeah, I think that would me and my
Uh,
team.
yeah. He looks at his watch. Yeah, I think I could probably talk to Sarah and say like we need to take like a dry run. There's enough time in the day. I can't stop the flight, but I can make sure that like you and me were the only ones on there.
Perfect. I have a couple of friends who I need to help me commune with the spirits.
Oh, this is
Um,
like your coven or something? Is that the
uh,
word? I don't know Wicca at all. I'm Catholic. Is
oh
that
yeah. I mean,
Do not
coven's
call me
good.
your coven, Suki.
A coven
you're linked
of
to, by the way?
friends, a cauldron of buddies, whatever you like to call us.
Oh, like a blessing of unicorns.
Very much that. Yeah, we are
Yeah,
a blessing of unicorns.
crash at rhinos. Okay, cool. Yeah. If you think, listen, lady, if you can get rid of this thing, you got a private show.
Perfect. Awesome. Great. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing that, I'm gonna go talk to my friends real quick and we'll get it all sort of settled. Thank you so much for opening up to me, Christopher. It really is so helpful.
Yeah, no problem. This is great. He like runs off, and you see him having kind of an animated conversation with Sarah. What would you
There's
guys like to
ghost.
do?
I'm in. I heard everything. I'm in.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we're
think,
gonna say you guys were linked, so because we established that earlier.
yeah. I mean that I feel like that might be our best shot. I mean, if the mechanical failure goes off and it's just us up there, I mean, do you think you'd be able to do the whole like bubble levitation, Glinda the Good Witch thing that you do,
I
Miss
can.
Fiona? Great. All right, so we have a safety belt, and we know that it is a glowing, very angry she ghost.
All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's you see that there is a safety string kind of put in front of the kind of check-in booth for the flight down, and you see another worker you don't recognize kind of saying, "Hey, sorry guys, this is a dry run. We do these periodically for just maintenance, just to make sure everything's absolutely safe." And you just catch the next one down. Runs every 15 minutes. You'll get to enjoy a beautiful sunset here just in a few minutes here from the top of Sandia Peak. And Suki, you can see Christopher is in the car that is otherwise empty and is like,
Oh, well, thank you so much for telling us that. We're just gonna go right on over here, and she's gonna like,
yeah, he kind of like ushers you guys in
yeah.
real quick, like friend, like family and friends day kind of thing.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the four of you, don't count myself, the four of you and Christopher. And after a moment, he locks the door, pulls the handle down, safety bar across, and the flight begins as you guys head down towards the base of the Sandia Mountains over the canyons. And you have a very specific window of how long you'll be over TWA Canyon. And he doesn't have a mechanism to stop the car because the other car is coming up from the base. So it's a kind of a equilibrium system going on here. So when he tells you that you guys get into position, what is everyone doing?
Okay, I was thinking I can pull up the bubble for us, and then can Gates let us all go through the door and like jump through?
Oh, into the
And
Y'all
bubble.
said y'all
down?
can make people's powers go all wiggly wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna open up my spooky vision and get ready to talk to the ghost.
Hugh?
I was going to support what everyone else was doing.
Okay.
Oh,
So
and I'd also like to blindfold Christopher. I don't want him seeing all the
talk
magic
me
stuff we have
through
to do.
that.
Well, like we're already have like, I think Suki is gonna play into the seance thing, and it's like, well, we have to have a very specific set of things in order for the ghost to appear to us, and one of those things is that our sight is within our minds. It is not with our eyes. It is with our mind's eyes. So it's better if, everybody, we're all gonna, cover our eyes and just really open our mind's eye to the
Yeah, he's like,
vision.
okay. Like he has the blindfold in his hands, like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You guys aren't going to like depants me and put me on Instagram, are you?
No.
I am an old lady. Do you think I do that sort of thing?
Yeah, you're right. You're not cool enough. And she puts it on and ties it. And he's like, okay, so I'm like praying or like, what am I, he touches the sidewall. I was like, okay, what am I doing?
Yeah. Just sit down, be very still and focus on, the
Should I
movement of the car.
Should I like Om or a mantra or something?
No, it's just very silent. Yeah,
okay.
You just gotta. Don't worry, we'll do all the talking.
Okay. Oh, I can feel like the vibrations. All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
Oh my god, poor Christopher.
He's a meathead and I hate him. Go ahead.
2.0.
I know it's Eddie 2.0. I'm gonna open up my spooky vision and see if I can.
Okay. Now I will say this: spooky vision, great idea. Are you guys still trying to do power combos? Because typically the connective sinew for power combos is the telepathy. Again, just that's how that's worked in the past. Although, again, pitch me. I mean, Gates could try to grab a couple of people and hold on real tight and sink down into a bubble, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real.
Thinking.
Q does not necessarily know what is about to happen. He just knows that people have ideas for us to get to a place. He's just standing by on protect mode. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
He gave out the idea of the power mesh thing to amplify things. That's up to whoever wants to use it to do that. So I
can use my spooky vision later when we're in the actual bubble itself, right? Or do I have to keep it up?
Let's hear from Gates and Fiona first.
Yeah.
What's your guys' plan as
per
people
my
with
normal
powers?
I can walk through things, but to get past and like actually intangible other like living things would be like out of my normal scope of
right. But you are next to a pretty powerful sorceress. So tell me how this looks, guys.
Ooh.
Maybe if I turn to my staticky power, you can like pick up on that energy and kind of like help me mimic it outward towards everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll kind of like expand with Gates
Great.
as like the center, and as it starts to overlap everybody, we start to slowly sink through the bottom of the tram.
Great. Fiona, roll use magic. Suki, I want you to investigate a mystery with the spooky vision.
Yay!
And Q is on
protect
standby.
mode. Yeah,
protect mode. I love it.
That's an 11.
Excellent.
Oh, thank God.
What you?
11 as well.
Oh,
Woo!
so good. Yeah, so you feel like you hold on to like Gates, like grabbing one of his shoulders really hard. He starts to biologically static, and you are thinking about the sympathetic nature of magic, how oftentimes you're being able to amplify and copy the attributes of an object to a magical effect. And you're doing much the same here with Gates, where you're trying to amplify and copy an effect of a person or persons. And you see that the static starts to creep up your arm as well as you reach out for the next person. Suki, you have a hold 2. What would you like to ask?
I would like to ask. What? All of them are like so sort of like slightly left of what I actually want to know.
What is it you actually want to know?
I want to know like where I guess it would be where did it go? Like where is it right now? Is it in my vicinity? Is it
So where did it go would be a great right. That's a good contextual question. And what's the other question?
What was it? No, I know what it's gonna do. What can hurt it? How do I stop it?
How do I stop it? Great. So Suki, as you put out your vision and you're thinking about these things, you get not something in your sight, but something more in your spirit, more of like the gut, where this ghost that Christopher has talked about is close and approaching, almost like spooky radar. There's a ping below you and it's rapidly ascending. And what can stop it? How do I hurt it? As you kind of look around the room to like think about what to do, you see Gates go all staticky. You see Fiona start going staticky as she's reaching out to grab Q. And there's a light, a spectral light to your left. And you look over, and coming from Christopher's midsection, it's glowing with ghostly energy. And that's where we end our episode.
Oh, no.
Oh, what?
Chris is the portal. Chris is the key.
Thank you guys so much for watching the Duke City Chronicles. If you are entered the chat, we're going to call that winner right now. Thank you so much for entering. Hit me up in the Discord if you won, and I'll send those dice out to you. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. You can catch us next Friday, same Duke City time, same Duke City channel. But until then, Albuquerque is a weird place. Let's keep it that way. Bye, you guys.